Welcome to another episode of the APL Spotlight series, a subset of the APL show, which is just angels, positivity, and love. Amazing guests the world over with incredible insights. They're often international best-selling authors and/or healers. We've had a physician to the U.S. president at the White House. She is a retired Rear Admiral, U.S. Navy. We've had an actor, Australian, Ian Stenlake, who, when he's not doing Broadway musicals, he's your Captain Mike Flynn from Sea Patrol. If you watch Amazon Prime at all, he was wonderful. Who else? Dr. Evan Alexander. So physicians, psychiatrists, therapists, and again, healers of all types galore with all sorts of modalities. Everyone's super sweet and nice. They're doing a lot of sharing and caring. And what's crazy about this show, and not a lot of people are going to figure this out right away, towards the end, we often take what we'll call interactive steps. Catch a little bit of lit sage through two screens. It doesn't matter if it's 2030 the year and you're in Berlin, Tokyo, Christchurch, you can still experience it. And there's more. You can see light, hear angels, get answers, get hugs. The point of this is just to get past what's up here and get to here. Speaking of that, we have coming back on Hope Fitzgerald out of Massachusetts. She's a spiritual teacher, healer, author, and much more than that. A lot of hats that she wears. She's authentic, she's fun, and she's definitely owning her own personal journey, which is to give service to others. So Hope, welcome to the show. Good to see you again, and great to have you on.
Nice to see you too, Michael. And in the holiday spirit, I love your tree and your shirt, and it's all just working so well.
Thank you. And you're full of good cheer today. I've got goosebumps like off the charts right now. Um, what is a quick message for everybody that no matter what's going on in their lives, how can we pump the brakes and appreciate what we've got?
Pump the brakes and appreciate what we have. No, I mean, that's it right there. Remembering to do that. And like this morning, I was thinking along these lines because I'm always thinking along these lines, how to make it simple, how to make it easy, how to make it a habit, which doesn't feel like a burden, that doesn't, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, we need, well, that's why the wave is here. The infinity wave is to make it easy. We call it the cosmic easy button. Aside from the wave, which I can talk about in a minute, this morning I was washing my face. And because we know that water is conscious, right? We know that there's so much to say about water, but whenever we interact with water, there is a positive effect if we are conscious about it. So I was washing my face, and with every splash of the water, I was saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that simple act uh, reset my system and also broadcast it into the water. The water then goes down the drain. The water goes then back into nature. But those molecules of water have now been affected by the vibration of gratitude. What happens when that now joins the river? What happens when that joins the ocean? So anytime we're interacting, washing our hands, even flushing the toilet, taking a shower, if we can take a few moments to just say thank you, and you may not even be thanking the water, you're thanking just being alive, just being present in this moment. It brings you into presence. It restructures your own water in your own body, and boom, it's a reset. So that's something very, very simple and something we do so many times a day, interact with water. So, that's a super easy, super quick way to come back into presence.
I love it. And for audience members watching, listening, Vita Austin out of New Zealand was a guest, I think, in November on the APL show. So just search that out, check it out. And we have another guest in there somewhere who talks about consciousness and water. Talk to us about overall consciousness, the universe, the wave, and is love the fabric of the universe?
Hey, you asked me that before.
I did. That's my favorite question.
I think creativity is the engine. which has been, presented to me directly. So, but that's only my experience. I'm just saying it could be different for somebody else. That there is a creative pulse that is sort of like a fountain that is at the core of things. And this creative pulse can be, we can think of it as light, but it's even beyond light. It can take a light form and then it takes a sound form, or it even takes a sound form first and then takes a light form. It's a that I don't know exactly. I do know that sound and the being named Zakiah is the being introduced itself to me as sitting at the right hand of this creative urge. So when the creative pulse comes out, sound then takes it and runs with it. And then it can turn into geometry and it can turn into matter and it can turn into all kinds of things. I'm not always sure where light fits in, but it's in the mix. Um, so that creative pulse, is it love? I'm not sure because it's almost beyond love. It's so primal. Let me put it this way. Let's bring it down to a human form. When we are in a creative burst, what is that? What do we feel? We feel joy. We feel filled with excitement. We are sparkling, we are in some kind of contact because that creativity isn't just us. We're tapping into that creative force, which we could call God or universe or whatever you want, source. We're having a direct experience of that incredible joy of creation. Now, is that love? Uh, Love is in the mix for sure, but it's this excitement. It's something else that I don't have words for that encompasses all of it. Um, and love is in the mix for sure, for sure, for sure. Because when I'm going to tell a funny little story. When we're in love, something is happening to us, not only on an emotional level, but on a physiological level. And the story is that my mom, she who is now deceased, but she had lost her beloved, her real soul partner. And she was a strong trooper and she carried on, but it takes a toll on a person to lose that special being, that special someone. And we were living in Dallas and she went on a weekend to do a trade show for the product that she had designed. And when she came back, I I looked at her. I said, "Have you had a facelift over the weekend? Did you really go to a trade show? Because she looked 15 years younger. She looked unbelievable." Well, she didn't divulge it at the time, but she had met someone at the trade show and they had just connected and kind of like instantaneously fallen for each other. The impact of being in that creative urge of love and attraction completely transformed her physiology. That's what I'm talking about. That font, which is love and is creative and is plugging into, we don't have the words for what it is fully. So that would be my complicated answer.
I love it. Can you go tangentially into a part of your life where the universe stepped in, you had no idea it was about to happen, you needed it, you either heard the right words, ran into a stranger, something got resolved for you, or other, What can you share that you still today scratch your head on, but you're like, thank God that happened and it was so cool. And I know the universe is bigger than my thinking.
Oh my God. Well, that's what my second book is about. How many of those have happened? And some people call them God winks, some people call them synchronicities. Maybe it's all of the above. I like to think of them as uh, little fence posts, breadcrumbs that tell you you're on the right path. And they're confirmations. Sometimes they steer you in a particular direction. Sometimes they save your life. I had an instance that where my life was saved, which I don't know why this is coming up, but apparently this is the story that wants to be told. I was living in Southern California and I went to this incredible, like a hunting lodge high up in the hills of Malibu for somebody's birthday party. And it's funny that right now this is happening. Something's in my eye because that is exactly what happened. I mean, that is so funny. You guys are hilarious. Okay, so I'm driving home, 10 o'clock, pitch dark, windy roads of the hills of Malibu. No lights whatsoever. And as I'm driving by myself, something gets in my eye. And it all of a sudden it's my right eye, which it, anyway, it was so bad that I pulled over to the side, and the roads are not that wide and there aren't any side guards, but I was on the mountain side. So I pulled over and I turn on the light and I tilt the mirror down and I'm trying to see what the heck it is so I can get it out. And finally I kind of clear it out and I start to drive again. And as I'm coming up to a curve, there's a hidden road above me with a ramp coming down like this that you can't see when you're down here. And they have a stop sign. And this car zooms down the road, never stops, and it goes out right in front of me. And I braked and I went, okay, thank you. I guess I still have time on this planet left because there was nothing in my eye, but I was held up in order to not be crashed into and sent flying over the edge. I was so completely sure that that's what that was. There was no other reason. And the fact that they just just got it again in the same eye, just a little one. But as I was starting to tell the story, it's like, you guys, come on. Okay, that's enough.
Oh my God. Well, I'm going to buy you time for the next story because you're really good at this and you've got a lot. But I wanted to mention two other guests on the show. One's editor of Best Holistic Life magazine out of LA, Jana Short. Like yourself, I can't have her on enough. And she's been through like literally near-death experience, and she's should not be here even today, right now, still. So every minute is beautiful time with us. But she had a story of driving in a car, I think near the airport, legal papers, something spills on it, she stops, and the car keeps going through and gets obliterated by an 18-wheeler. So that's in her show, Jana Short. I think it's in the from January of 2025 to maybe November now. It all blends together for me. People can look the master list up on the website. Another one I just want to reference is John Burgos in Hawaii.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I know
Yeah.
John. I've
He
known him.
shared, oh, yeah, please.
No, I've known him for a long time. Yeah.
He's wonderful. He does the Beyond the Ordinary show. Just did a trip to Egypt, and he's so much fun and delightful. But his grandmother, I guess, was the one that he had stopped at 5 a.m. in California somewhere. It's dark. He's going to the gym. No one's on the roads. It's a red light. His hat, baseball cap, gets knocked off in the car, and it's down on the ground somewhere behind him, whatever. And he decides, I want to get that hat. So when the light turns green, he doesn't go. He's getting his hat. No one's behind him. There's no rush. It's 5 a.m. An 18-wheeler again, another one of those, blows right through a red light. He would have been obliterated, and blame his grandmother for saving his life. And But you've had all the time in the world now. What is the crew, the Universal group, suggesting as another delightful sharing experience?
Well, I'll tell you what is hot on my plate nowadays, and it's been growing over the past, I would say 4 to 5 months. And so this is we're talking galactic now. Um, probably like yourself, I have been for decades and read many books.
Well, you broke up just a little bit. We're not going to need to edit it, but can you repeat what you just said?
Okay, I've been fascinated for many decades by our galactic family. I've read many books. I've watched lots and lots of interviews from all different aspects, some more mainstream, if you could call it mainstream, and some really out there. I have friends, I've talked to who've had interactions, so on and so forth. And I feel, I've been looking forward to disclosure, like lots of people,
Like New Jersey.
right?
When it's
And
10 years later and it's still going on, do you think it'll dawn on anybody to get out of thinking and be like, huh, like,
this is okay.
yeah,
There you go. There you go. Here's the thing. We are all on the spiritual path, right? And we're doing the things we do to continue to expand, continue to try to live more in love and light and blah, 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 all of that. And then there's this space thing over here.
hmm,
And what I really started to perceive, and it's funny, I have this card, this painting by Georgia O'Keeffe. Can you see? It's her painting of New York City. You see the two black buildings and tall, making a canyon, and then there's the moon way down here and the stars way up here. Well, it just so happens as I'm sitting here as I'm talking about this because I see a chasm that exists between those on the spiritual path and those in the space world, the ET world, right? And see SETI and all of that, which is all fantastic. But there's a chasm as if we on the spiritual path are not related to this space thing in a way. We're looking at it, we're fascinated by it, but we're over here. Some have walked over here, some have, but I suddenly realized I've been over here staring in and going, ooh, 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 I'm so excited. Oh, here comes it's go, whatever. Or I'm really frustrated, it's not happening. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I need to be one of the people walking over. And I need to bring people with me to walk over because this evolution that I've been, talking about since the wave came in, well, how many years ago? 2010. I've been talking about this evolution, but I have not included this piece. And I suddenly realized we're going to be doing it together. It is with their connection, interaction. It's together. We're moving into our place in the galaxy, and it's going to take us all to do it. And so I realized I have to take action. I have to try it out. And what we do know is that they're vibrating at a faster frequency than we are. So we need to raise our frequency in order to find a place to communicate somewhere in the middle. They're going to have to work hard to come down to us for sure, but we need to do our part. And so I thought, oh my gosh, we've got the wave. We've got the infinity wave. Duh.
can you
And
explain the infinity wave in a little bit, just a little more for the common,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
okay.
So show and tell. Here's the infinity wave. It's a picture of the infinity wave. It is a watery figure eight. But what's important to know, you see the one behind me? It's not water, but it's so pretty. Inherent in this watery flow is 10th dimensional love and compassion. So it's infinite. It's not emotional. It's beyond emotion. It's infinite compassion, infinite love. When we apply this technology, energy technology, to a given situation that is happening in 3D, the 10th dimensional effect is to lift it up. We don't have to know where it's going. We just know it's breaking through the ceiling of 3D. Now we have access to what? So much more. So much more is available. Different ways of problem solving, different ways of yes and, non-dual thinking. And that is the world we're moving towards. That's the next level. So anytime we introduce the wave, it smooths the way, it clears the boulders, it softens us. It's got 1,000,001 uses that I don't even know all of them yet. But it's also a way to connect with our guides, with our angels, with the earth, with all beings, with rocks, and they do have much to say, and definitely each other. Most importantly, each other. So we're going to use the wave to raise our frequencies to try to bridge the gap. And we're going to take a group trip to Sedona and in May. And we're going to do this thing. That's what's on my front burner these days.
All
We're
I have
taking
to say
it
is,
to the
wow.
stars.
Yeah, I love this. We're about to go parse that out and go in so many directions. I'm going to mention two other guests. I'm on a guest kick today so that somebody watching this can go, oh, I want to go check this out. Seth Shostak, senior astronomer from SETI, came on and he's coming back on. So they're probably a year and a half apart, the shows. Didn't take any steps, but that's okay. The show isn't about anything in particular except a person comes and shares. And he was smiling and fun, and I'm glad to have him back. But SETI is the one that's doing the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, but I think it's a very specific method, and there's so many other ways to engage. And again, everyone's good where they are. Bravo Valente is an LA artist who says, thank you, I love you. This is earlier when you were talking to everything and everyone. It's like a mantra. It opens you up. He's a very successful artist. He's so much fun, but you touched into, or you share that same collective flow when you were talking earlier that way, and it came in late. Later, if we want, who knows about Pleiadians? I don't know how to say the word right, Orionans, but Andromedans, Sirians, and Lyrans, and light beings. Maybe we'll get there even directly later. With your permission, can you back up and just cover the galaxy real quick, the cosmos? It's way bigger than we think it is, and it ain't the way you think it is because it's beyond thinking. But how does Hope Fitzgerald handle the topic?
Well, I am a student, for sure. I'm always learning. And the way that what I teach people to do is what I do, because it works for me and they can take it or leave it. But because there are the same thing with spirituality, because there are so many roads, each one of us has our own particular road to get wherever it is we want to get to. And so I don't negate any of that. But how some people say, and I'll get to your question this way. Some people say, well, this is the path for me, or this is the path for me. And people say the same thing about the galaxy and about the universe and all of that. And I go, okay, I want to take your idea and your belief. I don't want to set it into my system because I'm not sure. And I haven't done, I want to have my own experience. So what I do is I take that and I put it in an ephemeral balloon. Okay. And then I'll take your experience, I'll put it in another balloon until I call them thought balloons, until I have a nice big bunch of balloons of ideas, experiences, philosophies, and all of that. But they're not in me. And I don't have to decide if I believe this one or this one or this one. They can all coexist. And I can keep a clear frame for myself because I'm not cluttering it up with all these different things. So if as I go along my merry way, I have a personal experience that harmonizes with one of those ideas, I can pull that balloon down and go, okay, this is a truth for me until it isn't. But for now, this is a truth for me. This is a way that I can stay open to all of these things, including what goes on in our galaxy. Lots of people talk about the kinds of beings that come from the different star systems that you mentioned. And, each of those is a system. It's not just one star, most of them, right? So they have different races on all of those star systems. So it's like it is here. It's a melting pot of different, they tend to be more alike than we are here. We have wide range of beings, colors and stripes on planet Earth. Their systems, as I understand it, tend to be more homogeneous, but they have characteristics on different planets and so on. They're a little different. So I understand, that there are these, this race called the Greys, and the Greys are also not all good or all bad. And they are the oldest race, and they pretty much feel that they have seeded the universe. They even came from a different universe. There are multiple universes. My master guide is really the sound. It's the letter M, but it's that's my master guide, and describes itself as the universe behind the universe. So I have no idea, and I have some ideas about how this whole thing works. But I am pretty convinced that this next leap of humanity is into an existence that includes all of that, or at least some of that. And it's going to blow many people's minds because they have not opened to it yet. But it's on the way. Disclosure is happening. Drones are in New Jersey, and every single day there is a sighting somewhere in the world. So we also know that we have our own technology because we've learned it from back engineering. We also know that we are vulnerable to being controlled through fear. What I would like to do is figure out an easy and simple way for every single person to walk out into their backyard or their local park and say, "Hey, how you doing?" and have a little light blink back, like your pink lights, whatever. Have a little light blink back and say, "We're good," and just have it be normalized
Yeah.
that we're not alone.
Maybe in anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and if we're having fun, whole 5 minutes, maybe we can take some steps, just opening openness, having fun. But I'll blow some sage, and there might be some extra steps. So sage first. This is a staple on the show. We've done it before. But this is a baby step. And one act of opening is really the same act of opening, except if you're at Christmas and you're opening one gift, it's not the same as the other gift. And we like to differentiate, but all moments truly can be the same and more fun and sparkly. Here's the sage. I'm going to light this. I got a feather, a red-tailed hawk feather. I don't say this very often on the show, but I was running one day and I found it right smack square in the trail, and 3 Native American chiefs. That's not dull knives. That's red shirts, I think. I got a gift as I was running. I did a lot of trail running when I lived in Austin. So for the smelling sage, an act of letting go, just give yourself permission to let go. Ask your soul to get in here. Ask your crew, the universe, to help you get out of here, to get to your heart. And it's the Zen thing, smelling without smelling. Even if your nose is broken yesterday, your schnoggin is definitely not working. This is more light and energy, so you can still smell it. Colorblind people have seen color. I'll do light next. Then we'll have a little fun and see where it goes. Hope, What are you getting in Massachusetts right now? And you can ask for flowers and ocean as a triple tier tiramisu, no calories, no nothing. But you can get a triple decker here. I'm using as many Americanisms as I can. Are you catching sage? Along with, you might as well get a holiday cinnamon spice something drink in the air. What are you getting?
I'm I'm getting a clear, fresh air.
Ooh.
Clear, fresh air.
And this is clear,
Nothing.
fresh air, not Massachusetts air. You're getting something extra special that would be from this, right?
Yeah, yeah. Clear, fresh air. What else? Massachusetts. Oh, Massachusetts is such a varied state. I'm going to throw in the Berkshire Hills, and then I'm going to throw in the Cape Cod shore.
Ooh, I've got history in Nantucket, three sides of my family. My mom's buried there, even though hundreds of people have seen her on the other side. Um, and my very first job out of college was the Nantucket Police Department, sort of a summer level rent-a-cop meter maid job. That was awesome. It's on my website, but I was very, very instrumental or impactful in my growing up. I loved it. I'm going to still snub this out. It didn't quite go out. With your permission, I'll do light next. You can just see light between my fingers, like out in the movie Celestine Prophecy. I make my fingers go like two elevators in New York City. You see a filament of light between my fingers, but in India, they do it this way. And Sue Frederick came on the show and said in the 70s, they were doing it the original way. So the movie didn't really create that. They said they were doing that back in the 70s before the
Oh
movie.
yeah, yeah.
So you can see your light flowing between you and the dog. If you're in love with someone and you've been together forever and you trust each other, you can see your light flowing. But you want to go crazy, ask the universe to make butterflies on top of your light stream or sparkle, glitter, something that you know is extra that the universe is coming in. It's sort of what you referenced before. And what's great about this is everyone gets a holiday dad joke. And even if Hope's heard it before, hopefully she's going to break on air and still laugh at the reindeer joke. Blitzen and Dancer, just those two. You don't have to remember who they are, but Santa's reindeer. Why do they drink so much coffee? Because they're Santa's Starbucks. And then just see a little filament of light. See with your heart. Give yourself permission to let go. And you'll see white, gold, green, 15 colors at once. Breathe, relax, no triota. Do not. There is no try. And Hope, what are you seeing in Massachusetts between my fingers flowing?
I'm seeing white filament.
Ooh. Now, if you don't mind, I'll go a little bigger or wider, but ask the universe, your crew, whoever that's loving, to come in and do extra. Some people have gotten phoenixes, flowers, geometric shapes. What are you getting now for something extra that you know is not me? Blame angels, blame the universe. Don't blame Canada. What are you getting?
Mm, I'm drawing up short on that one. Just that the filament is fatter.
Okay, good enough. And then, with your permission, two quick angels, a Joy and a Charlotte, or just Joy. That'll be good enough. Cosmic angel on everyone's team. Why do we think the word joy is so cool? Here she is. Just ask a question, get an answer, get a hug, maybe get a reminder for us all. That's right on par or cue with what we're talking about.
Am I supposed to ask a question?
Yeah. Do you mind getting something from her for all of us to share that goes right into the vein of the way we've been talking?
Oh, well, take that beautiful pink ball and stick it right in your solar plexus. That seems strange because you'd think you'd put it in your heart, but no, it's going in the engine of your solar plexus.
Oh, I love it. And then lastly, if I said to you, I always forget everything. I got to write this down. Arcturian, Pleiadian, Orion, Sirius, Andromedan, Lyran. Which one jumps out at you? And joy can help. All unconditional love. If it's a sushi menu, do you want the Arcturian? Do you want the Lyran, Sirian?
I
Which
think I want the Pleiadian.
Okay. Pleiadian, we're going to just have you close your eyes. Heinrich Eric A., his real name is so many more syllables. Breathe and relax. Do something to let go. You can put a hand on your tummy. You can put a hand out. Anything you normally wouldn't do to just break your structure. People can rub their hands in a circle for 3 seconds, anything. Close your eyes and get a little bit of light on your shut eyes. Have them come in. It's going to have to be direct. I've got a cheesy, the usual on Wikipedia everywhere, Pleiadian blondes drawing, but you don't need that. And you can stop with your hands. He's very much the type of love. The only description I have is loving, but the type of love, if you and I are 5 running along, we both trip, he's not going to come running over and pick us up. It's the type of love that knows it's better we pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off. We get more that way. Breathe through the mouth to let go extra. He'll show you stuff. He'll first show you mind's eye if you want to see him standing there. And I'm going to say like teacher or wisdom. I don't know what else to say. But then have a little chat and have something that's a reminder again for us all from that. And if you want to get a little geometric, it's like a light symbol. Get a little gift from him. It's the holidays. Why not?
Mm.
And people at home can just ask for a hug from Joy if you're nervous about bigger stuff, but it's all love, and love is love, and details are details. Let go of the details. Obviously, you want all your details, but right now, just get a hug. And Hope is splendid at this. She's well named. And there's an angel named Hope by the end of the show. We'll definitely get her swinging with Hope.
Mm. Okay, got my gift.
And before we do that, can you leave your eyes shut, have Joy as Pink Light come in? Here you've got this for 2 quick 5-second each exercises. One's just going to be to look up on your ceiling when you're ready and see a little bit of pink light, or she's got 1 million ways to show as an angel. She might be silver flexolite, like fish breaking the surface of the water, or a pink heart, pink shooting star, whatever you'll allow for. Just say got it when you got it.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you've got sky, and this just here, you've got this from her, and this is your whole crew and everybody else all saying yes, but you have to say that you got a thumbs up. You don't know what you're doing yet. It'll be a 5-second last exercise, and then we're going to chat.
Okay.
Okay. You can look out a window if you want and see ships, but they drew straws to which ship or ships do extra lights for you to make you laugh. So it's like what you just requested. Breathe extra, though. If you have to put a hand on your heart, do it. And you can do 2 hands on your heart at home if you're looking out. I'm going to tell a little dad joke. She just heard this before the show, but it's Santa and Mrs. Claus standing next to each other at their summer retreat. It's June, Canada. Mrs. Claus is looking out at the sun going down with Santa, but off to the right, she sees lightning bolts, clouds, something's coming their way. So she turns to Santa and says, looks like reindeer. Pick one spot in the sky. Hear from Joy, you've got this. Get a little nudge on your shoulder, or catch extra cinnamon smell in the air. No Triota. I don't have to do his voice again. And then let at least light orbs show up, if not actual ships. It really doesn't matter which. In a way, they're sort of interchangeable. And see what you can see. Breathe through the mouth extra if you have to turn up the volume. Do anything. Oh, hand off your face. Let's do this. You can see Heinrich Eric A. First see Joy by a tree or a bush and go as far away as you feel comfortable. 2 football fields away, 1 football field, 1 tennis court away. If you're super like, yeah, let's do it. See Joy as a 28-year-old blonde, although at Omega, she was a brunette. They wanted to see her as a brunette. I asked 2 years later. I got the answer this summer. They wanted to see her as a brunette. See her first standing there, and then have her say, ta-da, and point to the sky. And if you want to settle for ticker tape confetti all over the room, light around you, now suddenly that sounds a lot easier. What'd you get? Did you get any of the visual stuff or a little, or were you feeling?
I didn't. I didn't. I'm a little tired, so maybe that's why.
That's okay. After the show, we'll give it a go again. And then when we have you back on in like the spring for this, maybe we'll be able to play around more. What'd you get from the Pleiadian Heinrich Eric A? What was
I
that?
got a little silver box that has, I didn't open it, but it's about that big. Little silver box. Has little filigree around the edge.
Ooh, what's filigree? I don't know the word.
It's like a little metal work around it, so it's not
Cool.
just a square box. It had some design to it.
And then between Joy and the Pleiadian and everything else, what's the takeaway that you would want to talk about right now?
I just I feel the go ahead to do this. This is an experiment for me. This is a big step into the unknown. And I feel like everything that's happened on this show, the eye thing, just having this card here, just, all the things.
And before the show, we did a little, if I don't want to say any more than that, it's your business or your experience, but we did a little before the show too, or a lot before the show.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like it feels like the go ahead to do this, um, to venture out.
Can I just hear if it's a good idea, but I'd love to bring in the Syrian. She's absolutely flowing in a green outfit. She's got little pinpoints of consciousness and light that are, well, they're like potato chips. You have one and you're gonna be like, oh, thank you. I'll have another, please. But here, A-OK or thumbs up from your crew or Michael. Sorry, let me do Archangel Michael, just so you know. Highest vibe. She's unconditional love. Just, ambassador, if you I wouldn't have known Syrians or any of this stuff before March.
Right here on my wall, right here.
Picture of Sirius.
Archangel Michael.
Oh, awesome. And the only way I know how to describe this light, I've got to do it a Hollywood movie studio logo thing. The one that they show for 5 seconds before every movie. There's the white Pegasus for that one studio, Warner Brothers,
Uh-huh.
another way. Paramount has the stars flying in above the river, leaving a wake, and then there's a forest and a mountain, and it goes into a circle. If you don't mind allowing pinpoints of light starting to come in, I'll show a drawing that she doesn't mind at all. But when you see her in the mind's eye, when you do close your eyes, this will lead into that. And she wears a green flowing outfit, think forests, and a lot of light and consciousness. And you'll get as many pinpoints of light as is fun for you. Here's, she likes this.
Mm.
And then if you don't mind closing your eyes, having her come in, and Michael will go with you on that one. And just, you start to see those pinpoints of light though. And if you breathe through your mouth, people at home, it's just a way to turn it up a little. And every minute we always shut our mouths again and stop breathing. It's okay. Oh, beautiful. And have that go out over the Atlantic to Russia, North Korea, China, Venezuela, or outer space if we're going to be truly compassionate. And then receive a pinpoint of light. You might get like one on the shoulder, each shoulder, one in the chest. And you can get little explosions of like, you're like, it's love, but it's also grasping, but beyond grasp all at once. But when you're ready, get the big enchilada one that goes to the forehead. It'd be like Shaktipat if you had gone and done 3 months in an ashram with a legit guru touching you on the head or a little whack by a walnut under a walnut tree. It's all the same. Get a little humor, and this is galactic humor, but she can do humor. Arcturians, it's a 50-50 mix. It's like your fifth grader or third grader coming up and telling the punchline first and messing it up half the time. And just say got it so that people can track and nod or something like that, or a thumbs up so we know you're having fun.
Got it.
Good. Ask for what you don't even know to ask for, that pinpoint of light turns into a broader symbol that then they explain, goes into your field. And it's the allowing that bridges the gap you were talking about in the, I can't remember if it was before the show or after or during the show, the O'Keefe. You might have to do the O'Keefe postcard again or drawing. Yes. New York City skyscrapers, 4 stars, a moon down below. And it's the gap that we're in right now, if you're thinking versus allowing.
Huh. Now I know why I got that. Huh. So
But what do you
interesting.
get from that whole a whole minute or so experience off world, we'll call it, or inner world, or in the heart, which is the doorway to all?
Oh, I feel like I'm moving into the channeling zone. Yeah, I'm definitely hooking up right now. So I don't know. who's wanting to talk, but somebody's wanting to talk. So I don't know if we want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's see who this is. I'm very much pleased to be here at this time. You have opened a portal so that we may speak with you. We are a group of Arcturians, and we are very happy to make your acquaintance. We noted you did not choose us as the ones you wish to communicate with, but that is no matter because we wish to communicate with you. We are pleased with your plans to create an easier connection between your kind and ours, as well as others. It is far past time that this happened, and it is important to put it in the hands of each and every person so it is not a mystery. You cannot imagine what will occur when your eyes are fully opened and when all is revealed. It will be quite the shock wave for humanity and will be quite painful for many. We want you to know that we will be administering to those who find it too shocking and too difficult to accept. We will use all our powers to soften this for all concerned. We want the very best for humanity, and humanity has a long way to go. But we know there are those like yourselves who are intent on creating bonds with the unknown. And this is what excites us and keeps us engaged with all of you. Now, you may wish to communicate with us again, and that would be welcomed. And there are others who will also wish to communicate. This will increase over the next number of months, so do not be surprised. We wish you well, and we thank you for this opportunity to speak.
Yay.
Mhm.
And I'm going to put up Archangel Michael for you if you don't mind getting 3 waves of light or hugs. And here, good job.
Mhm.
And catch a new fragrance. It could be lavender, it could be sweetgrass, it could be anything, Native American. And just say, got it when you got a little hug.
Got it.
Okay. And then joy, same thing, whatever you need, a little get smoothed out energetically. Not, you're still going to your chiropractor and your energy healer, even though you're a professional energy healer. But we all need somebody on the outside. We're not trying to put them out of business, but ask Joy to do a little chakra smoothing out. Breathe extra, exhale like a whale if anything's resisting. Get just basically, we'll call it Disney sparkle up and down the back.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to put an Arcturian up for 6 seconds here. Um, And this is, I know they're all like the same. And he said, but this is the one who, like, I'm in a pool for 2 summers looking at light waves of energy and water. I live in a community in North San Antonio. So we get to go to about October 1st, to, I think April 1st, October 1st. So I'm almost every day, sometimes 3 times a day. But of course, the same question pops up, financials or something. I was in New York City for 20 years and he hacked human humor and pulled it off this time because it's 50-50 with the Arcturians. And he was like, Mike, like, look, we've seen your whole story, first page to the last page. And he's speaking, you have like thousands of loving guides supporting you. Everything's a-okay. It was like Bob Dylan, or there's another singer I'm trying to think of, like that real chill vibe telling me it's just thinking, like, let it go. You're on a great path. Everything's cool. I've seen what's coming up. But here's that Arcturian, and I don't know how to differentiate, but when you say Arcturian, it'll just go to the really nice one. How about that? Um, Here he is,
Mm.
and he says it's about 7% too bulbous in this famous drawing off the internet. But I'll
Mhm.
do this to crop it a little, and now we're good. Catch a little humor from him and another thank you, and just chatting with one Arcturian easily and shortly, where it's not a lot of energy for you, is totally doable.
Mhm.
And get something very personal. If you don't mind breathing through the mouth and get an extra personal something, and just say, got it when you got it, I'll pull away.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll buy time. I'm going to read something from Angels in 2014 that I think is relevant. And I'll try to do it as fast as possible. So it's only like 45 seconds of reading. But here's Joy and Michael for a final topic to wrap us up. And you'll be able to close this out in just a second, or take as much time as you want. Why is this whole letting go, being in your heart, and embracing the universe such a big deal for individuals again? When no ego is present, your heart and soul shine through your eyes. You are love, you sparkle. You are one with all and at peace with all. You are whole and content. Listening is opening the line of communication available to each human. Merely be still and listen. Acknowledge and own the step. Move forward today. Just do it. This is a bit like a classic treasure hunt, but here you get to find yourself since you are the treasure. Do nothing, be, listen, learn, appreciate. This is not about any particular words or concepts. Grow your awareness, not your thinking. Be loved to all as often as possible, no more and no less. If you spend all your time being loved to all, you would have less time for ego or causing harm elsewhere. Finally, being is believing in all. Why is being the key to all of this was the chapter head or the thing. Being is believing in all. You do not need to be like anyone else. Be you. Smile more, think less. Do not permit others to dictate your well-being. Own your own being in life. Love more and allow more. You can be happy now in this very moment without a single reason. Again, this is why it's not about words or concepts, which are just often another form of egoic thinking. Always keep releasing so as to not allow walls to be rebuilt. Ego, what to release exactly is never that important. Those are mere details. Keep releasing. Step away from all the thinking and return to a peaceful life. Follow your path in life one step at a time. Enjoy it. Oh, love is in everything. Open your eyes to find love. There is only one life, not two. Be in the moment. Compassion is within all, everyone too. There are just many levels of awareness in man. Everyone can grow. And that was a bunch of angels sharing.
Nice.
And now you're recovered. Hope you're back.
I'm
Uh,
back.
And if you didn't get a topic, if you could, you can either pick 2, 3 topics. You can do one and close us out. It's up to you because I think you've spent some energy today. Even though you haven't, just ask for which way you're going to ground, pound and ground. We're going to go back into the human body the whole way. Is it food? Is it a smoothie? Is it a hug the tree?
Yes. Yes. I'm
Yeah.
going to go eat breakfast. Yes.
So, what do you got for us? You've done so much. I mean, between before the show, during the show, holy cow. The second you can come back and can stomach doing this again, I'll have you back in January, February now. Like, this is fun. You're wide open. So, what's your takeaway for the person who just tuned in and was like, whoa, whoa, galaxy, angels, love? How can I be more love? I got bill issues. My cousin's getting a divorce. I'm on my seventh divorce in 7 weeks. I'm that unlucky. My situation is, my problem is, but I got a good lawyer. And I'm fast. I've got a judge who's my cousin who just, bam, annulment, this, that.
Okay,
Um, yeah.
here's my thing. No matter how bad your life is, and if you look back in your own life and you see the parts that were really hard, really bumpy, really dark, whatever they were, no matter what, everybody I've ever talked to, there's always at least one angel. There's one human being who is acting as an angel for that person to help you through that time. You don't realize it necessarily at the time, but when you look back, you go, you know what? I had that neighbor. I had that grandparent. I had that dog. I had that cat. There's always someone. And so I just want to finish out by saying, go back and look at who your angels have been, and that's how you really know you're never alone.
Oh my God. Beautiful message. And in a lightning round, like on a game show, 30 seconds total, I have three angels for you: Lucy, Faith, and Hope. And Lucy's here. If you can get a quick, just bravo. But what does she say if you don't mind saying it out loud? You're getting, what do you call it? Accolade?
What is she saying?
Yeah. She's telling you
Uh,
like you did so great, or accolade, or bravo.
no, I don't know. No, I don't do that. Sorry.
Get a hug, get a compliment from her that
I'll
you.
take a hug. I don't do accolades.
Okay, but get a compliment that you don't share out loud. Like,
All right, fine.
good. You got it? Okay, close your eyes. For Faith and Hope, it's going to be yellow light, Faith coming in. I don't have any representations. Let Faith come in, yellow light. She's awesome. And just get
Yes.
something beautiful.
Yes.
And then get Hope, who you already like, hang with and know. Duh.
Yes.
And what is Hope as a final reminder for us all? What does she have for us?
Just remember that hope is a force.
No.
A force that you choose to ride with and let her be the wind beneath your wings. Let's put it that way.
Okay, and a final act for me in the holiday spirit. Happy New Year first. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm gonna just hold joy up so you know this is the highest intent, highest vibe, whatever, love and above, or love and around here. Um, I'm gonna put my hand up. Just feel either with your whole body. You can put your hand up and just any adjective for whatever you feel. It could be warmth, sparkle. Let me breathe and slow down. But I'm gonna whoosh you with the ping pong paddle of love from the universe and feel it whichever way you want. If you want it to be confetti in the room, and I'm gonna blow. My microphone's up top today, so it's gonna be Hawaii all over you. Whatever you'll allow for. Just say ready.
Ready?
Okay. Hope Fitzgerald in Massachusetts. Did you get a little something?
I got a little something.
Okay. It's been wonderful having you on the show. Holy cow. Saw a whole new side to you today. I love it. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for being a guest on the APL Spotlight series.
Total fun. You're a kick. I love it.
A big hugs to you, and I gotta thank you publicly. And I know this isn't your bailiwick, but you're amazing. So I'm really feeling grateful for having made your acquaintance, and I just want to say thank you for all that.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for what you're doing. You're
Cool.
doing a big job. So very important.
Thank you. Hope Fitzgerald, please check out her book. It'll be in the details on the video, but also check out her prior episode on the regular APL show. She's been around the block, and just you're going to find her all over the internet. And again, all the details will be below the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. We're super small as a show. We're going back to 2 shows a week starting January 1st, just to give the algorithm a little chance to let these videos get further out. but your efforts, any step you take, an emoji in the comment section counts as just amazingness. It helps two other people out there see this content. So thank you all. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I wish everyone well. Hope you're amazing. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays.